Brad Boy Podcast, episode 6.
What's up, everybody? This is Kyle Carrigee, aka Kylie Watson, and welcome back to the Brad Boy Podcast.
You know what makes a good podcast, man? When you can kind of freestyle at times if you want, you know? We don't have to stick to no script. We back in outside Carrigee Studios.
The outside.
We're in the patio studio. Lil B said, "Don't put him on the podcast." Lil B here with us.
That's where we shot the first one.
Lil B wanted Zebco and his bucket of crickets.
Yeah.
Call Mr. Paul. Call Grant.
We're gonna pull some brim.
Oh, what?
I think they got brim in the pond.
Man, so we're 5 episodes in. We're on episode 6. Great episode last week talking with Kelvin Sampson, Quantus White.
That was huge, man.
That was huge, man. That was a big
Great
time
guys
interview.
for coming on, and talking with us, but giving us real stories, real details. It was really good, man.
Yeah, I like how he broke down his career real quick. Not real quick, but he kind of went through it, and that's how it happened. 1-2 years, bang, win here, win here.
I mean, it's crazy. He said he didn't even think he wanted to be a high school coach.
Yeah.
I mean,
all he wanted to be was a high school coach, just like
right.
his dad. North Carolina Hall of Famer, man.
Right.
Who would have thought Kelvin Sampson's dad was a high school coach?
Right.
Kelvin Sampson always reminded me of, seeing him wise. He said he likes to play golf. He loves golf. Not Chichi Rodriguez, but there was another guy. There was another golfer. They kind of look similar. I'm going to have to look that guy up. Cabrera or something like that. Cabrera, one of those guys. He looked just like him. I'm going to play him in golf. I have to hit a couple rounds first before I just go out on the Masters course and start shanking them. I want to be able to hit them straight a little bit. It only takes a couple.
Can we just stay on the driveway? On the driving range this time?
Yeah. I'll drive, you hit.
Yeah.
Let me coach you real quick.
Yeah.
I know anytime I go with Tim, I say Tim Boy, my dad, and he was good at golf. So when he's bringing us out there the first couple times, and we just trying to, learn or start hitting the ball, and you hit a bad one, he'd say, "Keep your head down. Keep your head down. Don't worry about nothing else. Keep your head down. Look at the ball." Because everybody that can't hit the golf ball the right way, their head's always coming up. So I clown with people when they say, "Oh, I like playing golf." I said, "Keep your head down. That's all you have to do. Keep your head down. The club does the work. Don't kill it. You don't have to kill it. Keep your head down."
When you look up and see a bad shot.
Yeah. Don't follow the ball. Somebody's gonna tell you where it's going. And you're always playing with somebody. So.
And then it's the worst when you're shooting bad and the guys with you. "Oh man, it's all right. It's all right."
Yeah.
Golf takes time.
I
understand, man.
You want to hit it straight,
one time.
If you're going to a new course, best thing to do is go to the pro shop and where they sell the golf balls, not the new ones in the packs, but they usually have a bucket like dollar ball or something like that. Grab you like 20,
right,
and just make sure. So if you do hit a bad shot, you forget about it. Because if you buy them new balls and hit a bad shot, you thinking, dang, $3 a ball. You all flustered now. You hit 3-4. Now you only bought 2 sleeves of 6 because they were $35
for a pack,
and you're out of balls now. Man, that's a.
You just don't need to be playing golf then.
B, I'm good at golf. Remember that day? Don't lie, B. Remember that day? You're like, man, I've been playing. What happened? We went to we went Muni. Went to Muni. I ain't played golf in how long? Probably was 6 months, a year.
I had my bad day.
Hey. Yeah, he did have a bad day. It was in his head, though. I told you my dad played golf for money? He was just on that day. I was good. If I hit a okay shot, I was going to make sure that he hit a bad shot. Dang, that wind blowing, It's going a little to the left. Kind of like when we talked about the first couple episodes, Wesley Snipes with the wind moving when he's shooting at the White Men Can't Jump. Yeah.
Just know this Saturday, I played for the first time since my cert, probably in about a year. Shot 76 at the farm. So
nice.
You ready? We can go.
Lil B if you watch Lil B play golf, he lets the club do the work. He got the smoothest little swing. Palm is gonna be a little draw, kind of right to left, and he got a good little game. I like playing.
I'm always the guy that keeps score till about the 8th hole.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whatever.
Whatever. Yeah. But I like scramble golf or tournament golf where you play in a group, play the best ball.
Not so much pressure.
Golf's expensive, man.
I know.
It's an expensive sport. I still got I think my dad's hand-me-down clubs from
I have my
Cleveland set or something like that. They do. I hit them well, but Drop them wings.
Man, I was thinking for our first episode, the first segment, transition from college to NBA, we should kind of talk about, should college players, you think, get paid?
Well,
What's your
there's so much money that I guess it can be involved. If you start saying you're gonna pay college players,
right.
it's gonna open up to it's gonna go above the recruiting part and who can give you
Right.
the most money just to sign with them. Maybe eventually in 30, 40 years it might get to that. But if they had like a set scale, which I think they do now, I think it's already in place where college students are getting set stipends or whatnot.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they get that this year. Maybe they need to get paid a little more, but
I saw like Jay Billis, I think it was, and JJ Redick both, like after the national championship game, they came out and like really supported it. So I was kind of looking at it and looking it up, and man, they had some really good points about why college players maybe should get paid. But then, I was kind of reading the article against it, and it was like, man, it takes away amateur.
Yeah, your amateur status.
And
yeah.
that's why March Madness is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why.
I don't think they should get paid other than if it's a set stipend through the school that set it up on how much money that athletic budget brings in on ticket sales and this, that. They can come up. There's smart people out there in the world. They can see how much money is being brought in by a particular school, break it down by that sport, and how many, what they would think would be fair.
Right.
And probably what they think is going to be fair is a lot less than what the kid is actually probably valued at. I mean, that's just the reality of the beast. But they should get paid something.
Yeah.
We already know we get free school, we get free meals, 3 meals a day, free housing. 5 years. Most of the time, you could be there for 5, 6 years to get you 4-year degree.
And I like how you said stipend.
Yeah.
Because once you tag it with pay,
Yeah.
like it takes
stipend.
away
Yeah.
that amateur.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
what I'm
When we was in college, and this was from 2000, 2004. So just think further back, all the other guys that were in college behind, before us. It was hard to go to McDonald's to get $5 just to, Now I was okay. My mom and them were from right here. I could go home. Dad cook 20 hamburgers for me and the team. Bam, he'd cook them. Or just me go home and rice and gravy or whatever. Or can I have $20? My dad owned a gas station. I drive to Nuba. He'd say, well, you need some gas? Yep. Fill up to drive all the way back to Lafayette. To get back to Lafayette to have about 3/4 left of gas. But I got it for free, so, but when sometimes it would get low and, whatever it was, even on the road sometimes, man, $5, $10 was a lot. Was a lot to get 2 meals, and back then you could get, extra value meal for $4.50, from McDonald's or whatever it was. While we loved the holidays, Christmas time, because you got they would give us our per diem, for the 3 or 4 weeks we were off of school, they give it all to us at once.
Right.
So it was like, oh man, $300, $400, like, oh, got a lot of money, and you probably, catch us eating Mel's Diner late night, I could always remember we go to Mel's Diner late night. Me, South Hall, Lil B would probably be with us sometimes. And look, and I always talk about South Hall because me and him were like joined at the hip when he was at UL. We was always together on the court, off the court. Just we were like brothers, and I showed him the law of the land in Lafayette, and we had a great time. He had a fun time, and had some ups and downs while he was here. A lot of college students go through that type of stuff, but. He was a great player on the court. But we go to that Mel's Diner, and just like we'd walk in that Popeyes, and he'd say, "Drop them wings." They knew when he would walk in, they knew they would go straight to the back, and he always wanted his cinnamon rolls. Mel's got the big cinnamon rolls with the extra frosting, and they knew they'd bring him the 2 cinnamon rolls first, and then we'd order whatever. I'd always order club sandwich and pancakes or whatever. Shout out to Mel's Diner.
Mel's Diner was
matter of fact, Mel's Diner, the lady, I can't think of her name. Her son was a senior last year at Turlings.
Okay.
And great kid, and she'd always, every once in a while, she just would comp my meal, or pay for my meal. I'd always tip her and stuff. Right. So her son was a senior at Turlings last year, and I went into Mel's Diner one night, and I gave her like $20, $30. I said, listen, next time your son comes into Mel's, and order some food, or he brings a date and comes eat at Mel's to come see his mama, just tell him I paid for it, And I got to tell him that senior night when we played them. Opelousas that played Turlings.
Yeah.
You know, I got to get that kid's name. He was a good kid. He was a good player too at Turlings, but probably a better kid, man. He was a yes sir, played hard, and no matter what happened, you know. I always look back at basketball to get just all the stories, man. You have so many stories and relationships that you just meet along the way.
That was
you know,
great about Quines and Sampson.
Yeah.
Last episode 5.
Yeah.
Was, man, you got to hear them just talking about the people they got to interact with through basketball.
I know.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Played some really good basketball and met a lot of famous people. And that, look, it all comes with winning and being successful. Anything you do.
And it was like you're saying, just being on the podcast, be able to share them stories like the stories you just told, man.
Yeah.
I had like 4 or 5 people come up to me and be like, man, I just like hearing the Brandon Mouton this and that about stuff they didn't know.
Let me tell you one better
cool.
than the connection that me and Brandon Mouton had.
Right.
All right, Lil B Tha again, sitting on the couch right here. We in 7th, 8th grade playing junior high ball, Acadiana Prep. Shout out Ann Oye, Beth Boyd was our coaches. And we had a play called 2. Okay. Where Lil B was the point, I played the guard on the wing or whatever. And whenever we called 2 and I shake my hand on my side right here, I do a little just twitching my hand like that, he already knew. Brad's gonna pop to the wing, I'm gonna fake it to him. It's 7th, 8th grade. Cats is biting on the fake pass. Right. You know, when you go to act like you pass and they trying to steal it, because you thinking, and backdoor, bang, and we hit them like that. And that we always talk about that because
threw him his first alley-oop.
Lil B threw my first alley-oop. I couldn't dunk.
Couldn't
dunk, but we threw it back door. I jumped up, laid it up. You know, and just
slap the glass.
I don't even think I could slap the glass then. I mean, I really wasn't that athletic at all. And
I remember in layup lines, I couldn't dunk. So before the game, man, I knew if I slapping that glass, I laugh at myself now about that.
8th grade. I don't know if you remember. 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade. We at St. Cecilia in Broussard.
Yeah.
Man, I get a steal. I go down. You know, you're 7th, 8th grade. I wasn't dunking. You're not really good at what you gonna do. So I remember jumping up and like double pumping a layup just to like, we up, let's go, you know, double pump that layup, you know, just good times, man, playing.
That team, we on the wall.
Yeah, well, at our old gym at Acadia, which is the sheriff's office now in Opelousas, St. Landry Parish Sheriff's Office is in our old school that we went to. 8th grade year, went 30-1. Only lost to Washington Elementary.
Wow. And
we had beat them earlier in the week. We went to their gym. Beat them by 15 at our gym, went to their gym. And I remember going in their gym, me, Lil B, Nikki Spire, Trey Quirk, Dar Dejan, Bo Griffin, all guys we played with. We had the same routine every game. You know, it was like the long white socks with the black socks halfway, or the long black socks with the white socks, and it would switch every game. Yeah. And everybody had the maroon and white Jordans, the white with just a little bit of maroon. You know, it had the they just kind of came re out again, but
some retro.
Kind of back. It was the maroon with the white, whatever.
My dad used to always say, "You look good, you feel good, you play good."
Lil B was the best of that. Lil B always had the nice wristband. Lil B, our whole life growing up, Lil B could wear anything. He could wear the shorts or jeans or whatever it was. It always looked tight on him. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to wear some of the same shit he wear. I'll be like, oh, that shit look retarded, you know?
Swag.
You know, swag. Lil B swag was on full early on. But we go to that gym, Washington Elementary, go over there, start warming up. Well, man, the crowd starts, going crazy. We turn and look, well, they warming up too, doing layups. Well, every layup they make, crowd's going crazy in the warm-up line. So we like, oh my God, like it's about to be, it's intense, you know, it's about to be intense. And it was, I think they beat us by 1 point.
1 point because I got a technical foul.
He says, cause he did get a technical foul. He slapped the floor late in the game. They called a tech. But that's not, we just didn't play that well. They put a 1-3-1 on us. And I would kind of dish it down. I'd come at the top and dish it down a lot to some of our guys about to go. We just wasn't finishing. Yeah. We didn't know then what I know now.
Right.
You know what I know now? 1-3-1, 2-1-2 set.
Yes.
All you AAU coaches, I see this a lot, man. And I can go coach an AAU team that I've never seen before and probably beat a lot of coaches. Now, I have to have some good players and whatnot, but anything that they do, you always know what to do against them.
Right.
You know, the teams that catch you off guard and you 2-3 turnovers in a row, you don't know what to do that quick, you know. Anybody hits you with a 1 guard front, right, 1-3-1, 1-2-2, 1-2-1-1.
Always two guards. Man.
Always two guards. You match it with the two guards, spread the floor.
Right.
You need nobody in the middle. You need somebody in the middle half court, but nobody, when you take the ball out, needs to be in the middle.
Right.
They need to be separated on each sideline. The ball handler a little in front of the other guy, you know. And they hit us with that 1-3-1, and I would come down right in the middle a lot of times, and Lil B was on the wing, and Nicky Spire was on the wing, and Dart Dejon was down low, and Bo Griffin, Dustin Marks. All guys that we Trey Quirk, but Josh.
Oh yeah.
Big Josh, what was Josh's name? You know what? I seen Josh's little brother. I didn't recognize. He recognized me. Josh Domingue. He goes, "Hey, you remember Josh? That was my brother. He's a baker at one of the Albertsons." And you know, we talked about basketball, you know, and old Josh Domingue, man, 30-1 that year, man.
That's nice.
Best team I've ever played on record-wise, going 30-1, 8th grade, and we won the championship that year. We
undefeated.
actually beat St. Cecilia in the finals.
Okay.
In St. Joseph's, down this way. They got a St. Joseph's in like Franklin or Jeanerette or somewhere down there. And 7th, 8th grade, me and Lil B, we already played high school ball. We were playing. Look at this. Yeah, 7th and 8th grade year at Acadiana Prep. This was our when it got to basketball season, December. November passed, we played a couple games. It's December now. It was Monday junior high game, Tuesday varsity game. Wednesday take a break, Thursday junior high game, Friday varsity game. For 8-9 weeks straight. You know, we wouldn't even hardly practice. On Wednesdays, we'd go half practice at the high schools because we was already at the high school at that point for an hour. Get on the bus, they'd bring us to the junior high. We go practice with Miss Ann Oye for another hour, hour and a 50, just to review what we got to do. I'll tell you a funny story before we drop them wings and change the role again. It's a Thursday night. We at our elementary school playing Westminster Academy, 8th grade. Foul me late. Maybe 1 second left on the clock. Hit the free throws, we win the game. Lil B was on the team, 8th grade, Nicky Spire, all those guys we named. Well, the next night is Friday night. We go to our high school, we playing Westminster Christian Academy. Their high school team. You can't make this up. You got to write a book, man. We got to tell this story, you know. And this is just one of the maybe stories or chapters inside that, you know, book. But history. We go to play their varsity team. We in the locker room before the game, and I'm honest to God, we know the guys from Westminster. Some of their younger brothers come to our school. They happen to go to Westminster. It was a close school. It was a Christian and a private thing. We played some of their younger brothers the night before. Well, they in our locker room, and they know some of our older guys, and we talking back and forth. And they said, man, they didn't like their coach. And I'm not going to say the coach name. I don't even remember their coach was. But, we don't like our coach. He said, if we lose to y'all, man, we quitting. Because we weren't that good. Right. We got 8th graders playing varsity. You know, as good as I like to think I am and was, you know, but we still playing against 17, 18-year-olds, and we 13, 14. So I just always remember that when we get to the game. Well, the game starts, tip ball, whatever. They swing it to me. I shoot my first shot, air ball. At my gym, at my high school, air ball. All their little 8th graders that don't play high school ball, they air ball. They on me, ragging. Well, I don't think I missed 2 shots after that.
Caught on fire.
I was just, look, the next one, I hit 42 that night.
42.
I mean, 42 that same night. I remember the first one after I had missed, the dude goes for the steal, and I go around the back right to the 3-point line wet. And when I made that one, I knew, I'm like, oh, it's okay. I know it. I know the next one I could just shoot and it's gonna go, or shot fake him and go by him and get a layup, whatever it was. And I remember after the game we ended up beating them, and their little kids, you know, that we played ran on the floor like, how many points you had tonight? And it ended up being 42. But going through the good game line, when we got to those 3 or 4 guys that was in the locker room, instead of me saying good game, I said, y'all quitting? Y'all quitting? Y'all quitting? Y'all quitting? And they were pissed though, because we put it to them though. We did. We had
they actually stopped the game because not only you hit 42 at the end of the game, but during the game you had broke, I think, was it 2,000 points?
Oh yeah, yeah. 1,000 points or something like that. Yeah.
They stopped the game. And
in 8th grade, 7th and 8th grade, I had accumulated over 1,000 points in high school ball. You know.
If you would have stayed there, you could have been on the same mark. the same
And see, I
record
sat out
as
here.
Reserve Christian.
Yeah, I'd have broke that.
Remember Tweety?
I'd have broke that.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Tweety Carter.
Tweety started as a 7th grader.
Yeah, I'd have broke that. I'm telling you, I sat out that
And scored
freshman year.
7,000. I think he still holds the record.
I did have 5 years, so he had 6 years. So he had
Yeah,
one more year.
7th
I was at 3,000
Right.
in 5 years. My
Right.
3 years at STM, my 2 at Acadiana Prep, I was right at 2.2997.
Yeah.
That was my final.
If we would have stayed together at prep, we would have won everything all 4 years in a row in
Oh,
that
yeah.
class.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have been untouchable.
We would have maybe not that 9th grade year, but 10th, 11th, 12th, it probably would have been. Because listen, the district we were in, Bayou Chico, top 10 in the state. Glenmore, top 10 in the state. Pine Prairie, top 10 in the state.
Y'all were playing
Vidrine,
that
top
top
10 in the
10.
state. For that class,
Right.
Class B, Class C. But we,
And
you know,
we was playing them as 7th and 8th graders.
Right.
yeah.
Drop them wings.
Drop them wings. I'm telling you, man. Who can find the recipe for the wing sauce that they would glaze at Popeyes? It was nobody else has that sauce. It was a certain sauce like a honey / glaze, you know, and it
Yeah.
was just
So
whew. So what you think about people making a big deal
Okay.
when LeBron loses a regular season game?
Kind of aggravating because, you know, he's established such greatness, you know, through the years.
Yeah, any little thing
that-
to something to pull
Right.
on him, you know, to pull
Right.
on him by that. Oh, they beat him, you know.
I
And
mean, I don't know how many years.
it might be a
it's
confidence
been,
booster for
7
those-
or 8 in a row.
6,
No,
6 finals in a row, I think.
Because he's made okay. Yeah, it's 6 or 7, but that's unbelievable.
So
mark.
think about how old were you 6 years ago?
Right.
What,
20,
20?
24, 25.
So 24, the dude been going to the finals, and 6 years later, he's still going to the finals. Old veteran told me a long time ago. He said, "Man, that regular season in the NBA, man, you know." And this was a guy he liked to bet on games. He liked to bet on the NBA games. He said, "Man, everybody puts that stock in the
Yeah.
you know." But it's the playoffs, man. That's when it counts. When it's 4 games, live or die, or a 7-game series. That's when, I mean, you want to play against LeBron James? If it has to go 7 games in a row,
He proved it last year.
I mean, you don't want to do that.
And I think those guys, I think the hard part for them is that's their goal, is the finals. So, you know, when you're playing 82 games and you got that, I mean, that's an older team, you know, with a lot of games. I mean, LeBron's played so many games and you got to take that time off.
I don't
You know?
even follow it that much during the regular season. Is Tristan Thompson out? I don't even know. I can't even
Right.
name you who's playing right now for. I seen J.R. Smith's back,
Right.
and I know Kyrie and Shumper's
Love's
playing,
back.
Love's playing. I don't think Thompson's playing. Kyle Korver's playing.
They picked up somebody.
Channing Frye's
Yeah.
getting more minutes now. You know.
I like that Williams cat that they picked up from. He used to play for Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah. He's
player of the
athletic.
year.
Like he's kind of
Yeah.
like a power forward. He reminds me of like Jared Wallace.
Yeah.
He got the same look with the dreads,
Yeah.
with the, you know.
I am a little nervous. I think 6. I mean, man, going straight so many times. At some point, he's gotta.
Yeah, and
Just
it might be
just
this
hope it-
year,
yeah.
but I don't think it's gonna be this year.
Right.
It might be a year 7, year 8. This
Right,
is year
right.
7. This
Yeah.
would be year 7. Year 8, year 9.
Yeah.
And look, it might happen this year. You never know. But I like my chances.
Right.
I ain't gonna flip flop and go with the Bulls this year.
Right.
And you know, people 2-3 years ago, I didn't realize they were the Boston Celtics fans.
Right.
Shout out my boy Doobie, Edward Garrett. He is a Boston Celtics fan, you know. But
Yeah.
Boston's kind of hot right
How good is
now.
that point guard. for
Yeah,
them?
that's like Lil B going to the league.
Right.
Lil B, how tall are you?
5'5".
That's like Lil B. He's a little taller than
yeah, he's
5'5".
like 5'8".
That's like Lil B just pulling up for deep.
Right.
You know, rising
Floaters.
up, pausing in the air. Oh,
I
left
think
hand.
people forget how long the game is.
Yeah.
And to be 5'8" and to create that space.
Yeah, that's
Unbelievable.
unbelievable.
But I don't think he has, you know, the pieces around him that when LeBron's at his top, when he's focused.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you a hypothetical question
Okay.
again. If what's old buddy's name, the point guard for Boston?
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas. If Isaiah Thomas was right-handed, would he be as good?
No,
Why is that?
there's not that many left-handers.
They cannot stop the
Right.
left-hander.
They're not used
My
to it.
Uncle Willie. Lil B knows my Uncle
85%
Willie.
of the time you're guarding a right-handed
Yeah.
defender.
My Uncle Willie's left-handed. I said that earlier. I said it a couple
Yeah.
episodes ago. Left-handed people are the best people in the world. And think about it. Think about your left-handed baseball players that hit good.
Right.
Who's the best left-handed baseball hitter? Maybe that has a swing. Ken Griffey Jr. How pretty is that?
Effortless.
The left-handed guy that can pull up and shoot threes.
I remember when Ginobili got to the league.
Yeah, or Derek Fisher. Look how pretty his thing was. You know, Derek Fisher would hold that follow-through high arcing. Nick Van Exel.
Yeah.
You know.
We have to get a list of the top left-handed.
We need to get a bunch of lists.
I like that. So maybe we'll start posting that on the Facebook page,
Yeah.
and people can respond to that if they want. And we post ours, they can post theirs.
No doubt. No doubt. Drop them wings. Man, let me tell you a funny story real quick about Lil B. Last year, before you came and coached with us, Opelousas High, Lil B did the DJ. Man, always Jim was, good time. Jim was always bumping. So we make the playoffs.
Yeah.
We go on the road. We go to Tioga. Beat Tioga, upset. I got film of Lil B. He's dancing on the floor during the game. Tara Lewis, shout out Tara Lewis, and one dunk late in the game to put us up like 7-8. We see Lil B flying on the floor, mugging. Lil B was mugging the other fans, Just had Opelousas back 100%. Right. Man, we win. We go home on Friday. Sellout. Like 1,600 at the game. Well, before the game, pregame, the other teams were warming up. Lil B jamming all the New Orleans bangers, all the New Orleans hits, okay? All of the when we playing McDonough 35. Right. I see them warming up. They bouncing around. I walk over to Lil B. I said, Lil B, they from New Orleans. He immediately was like, oh, man, he tried to switch it up. Anyway, that was a funny story because they got him. They ended up beating us by 20. Had the guy Jaru went to UMass. Yeah, they were just better than us. Yeah. We were living on a high, man. Yeah. We weren't supposed to beat a 7th seed in the first round. We pulled off a nice upset.
That was a big victory.
Shout out to Marvin Thompson. But I remember that moment. He hit a big 3 late to put us up 6 points with about a minute and a half to go. And I called it the Bob Marlin timeout. You know when they make a run and it calls that timeout, and some people are like, why he calls that timeout? Right. Sometimes the timeout, after you hit a good shot or 4 or 5 points or 6 points, you call that timeout, it kind of throws them off already. So I don't mind that timeout at times, but I call that timeout. We hits the shot, bang, up 6, timeout. And he runs right in front of him. We get in each other's face, and then we start barking at each other. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And I always look back, like I have that clip, just that part saved on my phone, and I go back. And he came to the games this year.
And as a coach, special
he held down a job during school. A lot of people don't know that about Marvin. Marvin was working 8-hour days at the casino. And now he's working at a plant in Baton Rouge, but he holds down a job, man. A kid that was 17, 18 years old in high school,
That's awesome.
Who a lot of people thought that, he's just a bad kid. Nah, yeah, he was. He knows that, and he grew from that, and he's a better man now, But that was a good Lil B Tha DJ story, man. Yeah. Hashtag Lil B Tha DJ, man. Drop them wings.
Man, Brad, as you see, a couple of days ago I saw on Facebook, and it was a post from the Pelicans saying they are getting a D-League team, and there's 11 cities that have a chance. 7 of them are in Louisiana. That would be so awesome if we got that in Lafayette and could see, because they're doing such a good job with that league that those guys are getting contracts. Yeah. So we have a chance to, see guys that are going to be in the NBA.
Okay, so tell me this though: when the D League, the NBA actually is deciding where they want to put the D League teams, would they happen to look at attendance at other major basketball events in those cities? You know what I'm saying? Right. So I mean, we'd love it to be in Lafayette. I know Alexandria was one, obviously New Orleans. I think Biloxi, Mississippi.
Right.
But because if they're not worried about attendance, great. Lafayette would probably be the best thing. But if they're worried about attendance and making some money off those D-League games, I don't know. Maybe at first, but we're trying to get 5,000-6,000 to the UL basketball games, and we don't see that happening. I wish more people would come out and experience the Cajun Dome and how. I mean, you would be surprised how 6,000 to 8,000 people make a team play. So energized, right. and half a majority of the time way better. Right. That it's so amped up in there, and then with the Cajun Dome being $25 million renovation, I mean it is unbelievable facility. Right. The best facility in Louisiana, I think.
Yeah,
if you walk inside of the Cajun Dome, it's the best facility in Louisiana.
I think just
besides the New Orleans arena.
That weight room's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, it's really.
I have a feeling they're gonna go to Alexandria, just Central Louisiana, and I think something new there.
Right.
They have a little. They do have an arena, Rapids Coliseum, that you could play games in.
Is it nice?
And it's probably decent, but I think people all surrounding areas right there would just go and watch that.
Right.
They never had nothing like that.
Right.
You know, they don't have a university.
Right.
You know, a big university in Alexandria. You know, they would be the university basically, the NBA D-League team. So, you know, or Gulfport, I think with the casinos there and Biloxi or something like that.
I think Lafayette is such a sports town. I think we have a chance, man, to get that team. But besides that, what the NBA, I mean the D-League, what do you think about that? I mean, they're really growing that thing into like a minor league system, almost like the baseball. And I mean, you don't know, like we were talking about earlier with paying players in college, and then you've seen like 2 cases where kids have gone, I think 3 now, where kids have gone overseas instead of going to college. And I hear Mark Cuban talking all the time about at some point kids are going to be able to go straight into the D-League.
Yeah.
Instead of going to college and not learning how to play in the NBA, they'll go straight to a D-League team.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about that?
If it helps a kid and works out for a kid, I'd be all for it. You know, they can go. You know, because some you know, it is sad to say some kids ain't meant for school, and they all should be ready to go to school. But sometimes it happens where a kid's just not ready to go to college.
Yeah, baseball players go to the minor leagues out of high school.
Yeah. They can sign. They can sign out of high school. You know, right out of high school. Yeah.
And it might make the college game more better because then you're getting like North Carolina had, I think, one and done one time in the since the era.
Yeah.
And they won 3 championships.
Yeah.
There were
with juniors and seniors.
And Gonzaga was like that. And the game is
not where you go after the top 5 guys every year, because North Carolina could get the first top 5 guys probably every time. You know, but replacing them every time. The only guy that's had success, really doing that is Kentucky.
Right.
You know.
But
he's a special coach, man. Right. That dude can relate to Jim and Tommy and Peter in every city across the country, wherever he's at. I think, that's why I like him so much, because of the character he is.
I do too. And I think people, they say, the one and done doesn't work, and I think they're coming out with a 30 for 30 this week. And it's called one and done with John.
No, not one and done. Or something like that.
And I don't think people realize that reloading your team every year and get them to buy in and believe, and not having those 3 or 4 years takes a special person, because they're not winning national championship, but they're playing at the highest level. They're always at the top of the ACC. They're always 4 to 1 seed, making deep runs in the NCAA tournament, and he's always regrouping. That takes a special coach, like you're saying, man.
Y'all were just eating hot dogs and nachos 4 months ago. Y'all ain't tired right now? Playing 5 games in one day.
We need to put one of those sound bites in the intro.
You know what? I bet you if we called up Calipari, he would give us a little interview. I bet you he would.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we already got Cal Sampson,
episode
5. And this is a weekly thing, and we're just growing, and I think we can, man.
Kelvin, when how they say that? Real respect, real.
Right.
He passed the baton to us.
Yep.
He said, "Y'all pass it on to the next person." When we make it,
for sure.
Where we trying to go? Like we said, we're aspiring college coaches. Doors are always opening, man. We know we're doing a good thing. We're helping kids. We got the AAU program rolling, jumping back into that, and just coaching them up, man. I guess we could talk about it now. Man, drop them wings.
Drop them wings. How is this not our first segment of the day?
I know, man. It's actually the first official time we could talk about it, man. Got Lil B Tha DJ here. Drop them wings. I'm just gonna let that sit in for a second. That's a good feeling right there, yeah, Kyle.
What's that, bro? Tell him.
Good thing we brought Lil B Tha DJ with us, man.
DJ's always ready.
On cue, drop the Southside beat. New head
DJ
coach.
Knew the answer.
So he knew off top, yeah.
I said, don't worry about answering right. The DJ always eats for free, man.
Always eats for free. The thing is, though, that inner circle, they always gonna know a little bit ahead of the next person, but I was introduced new head basketball coach, Southside High School, man, in Youngsville, man. Me and Kyle, we talked about this a long time ago, man, and we just gotta keep rolling with it, man.
Yep.
It's the next venture.
I'm excited, man.
Next open door, we gotta get this thing rolling, you know.
I think it's something special when you can start it and it's all yours. You know.
Yeah, from the ground up,
From
like
the
they say.
ground up.
Trust the process from the
Yep.
ground up. Shout out to Cal Davis, man, doing some good things with.
I think they won
I saw that they won 2 or 3 divisions this
Yeah.
weekend in the tournament, man. Ground up.
14U, 12U, and I didn't see the other one, but that's awesome. Yeah, shout out to Cal.
My boy Cal, man, doing good things with them kids, man. True passion, man, for the game, and man, and running a hell of a system, man, from the ground up, from nothing to something.
I think too, this opportunity is really gonna be able to show everybody, Brad, what you're capable of.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm excited about.
yeah.
And-
Gonna have to build it, man.
Right.
You know, we know we can. We know we had success going in and taking a product at Opelousas and kind of trying to twerk them a little bit and mold them a little bit. You know, but this is gonna be true molding from the start. You know, of how somebody asked me. One of the guys we was on an interview earlier last week, and he said, "What's a Brad Boy team or what's a this or that? You know, how you gonna coach them? What you gonna run? You know?" And I can't give out all the tricks of the trade on the interview, but if the kids are in top shape and can run and gun and do what we want them to do, we gotta guide them. You know,
Right.
Well, I've been successful. All the teams I've ever coached. Yeah, I haven't won a state championship yet, but we've beaten good
You're still
teams.
starting, you
Yeah,
know?
we just starting
Yeah.
out, but I got the formula from learning from other good coaches, and it works.
Right.
You know, you got to get the kids trust. You got them to buy into you, and then you can have whatever system you want. But if they run that system the hardest and run that system the best, you're gonna beat teams. You know,
Right.
you're gonna beat good teams. You know, and that's what it's about. You know, so you know, I'm just looking forward to it, man. A good little.
And I think, you know, when being in top conditioning, like you were talking about, you know, we get these kids playing, you know, at game speed and practice. That's when you get those special teams, when they understand, when they're in condition and they understand, like, okay, every drill is game speed, every shot, you know.
Yeah, you got to get them to go
Right.
hard. Got to get them to block out,
Yep.
take charges.
Take charges.
The rest gonna follow.
When you can get a team more excited to take a charge than a dunk, you got something special. You know, I think.
No doubt, no doubt. So we Southside High School,
Yes.
Youngsville, Louisiana. If you get a chance, Laravive and Almanaster in Youngsville at the corner, brand new Southside High School. Go check that out if you're in the area. If you zone to go to that school, go
Right.
check it out. See what you're getting into. It's gonna be something really, really special. All the Youngsville middle kids will go to
Right.
Southside. All the Milton Elementary middle school kids will go to Southside. Kids from Broussard Middle will be able to go to Southside. It's gonna be really just a remarkable school, brand new. You know, 2 new basketball courts, a brand new football field, a brand new school. You know, every kid going to school there is gonna get an iPad to do
That's
their
awesome.
homework and
a
studies
public
and
school too,
yeah,
right?
public school. Yeah, yeah, Youngsville, Louisiana,
That's
which
a
is
big
blowing up.
opportunity,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's something I'm really thankful for and looking forward to getting rolling. You know.
And shout out to our former player from Opelousas. You sent me the text today.
Oh yeah, Quincy Leday.
There we go.
Yeah, Opelousas High, man. A Tiger great, man. A kid that if you'd have looked at, I swear, Kyle, last year you wasn't with us. If you looked at Quincy last year, like, phew, Quincy got a lot of work to
Right.
do. But you know what Quincy did? Quincy went and put in a lot of work. It's crazy. Quincy is the type of kid. He's almost like a Brandon Mouton. Now he's not as skilled or as athletic yet as Brandon Mouton, but he works hard, man.
Yeah.
He texted me yesterday, and he said, "Coach, man, track practice been helping me." And I said, "What you mean?" He goes, "Man, I'm so explosive. Like I could come down, pull up on boys." He said, "I'm pulling up on boys."
I
Just
love
like that. Quincy's a fighter, man,
Yeah,
and he's gonna
got
be.
heart.
Yeah. So shout out Quincy today, All
Yeah.
State, 4A honorable mention as a junior.
You know,
So
you know what I loved about him was he played every second at one speed. You know,
Yeah.
he could change us, but the effort.
yeah, always there.
But it wasn't just when you were on the ball or
Yeah.
when you had the ball. I mean, help side or just sprint down the court.
Yeah.
That's what impressed me, and that's why he deserved it. Like you said, he put in the work.
Yeah,
and
put
he-
in the work. Yeah,
You know, what an
Uh,
honor as a junior,
as a junior. Yeah.
all state.
So let's
in
just
it.
say this: Quincy Leday, 6'4", junior. He's by the time he finishes high school, he's gonna be 200, 220. You know,
'Cause
I
he
give him
works.
that because he works.
He's gonna put it on the weight.
All state honorable mention,
Mm-hmm.
all parish first team, all Acadiana, which is a large area. I want to say 60, not
It's a
60
big
schools, but a bunch of schools in that Acadiana area that fall under that. All Acadiana team, all district first team in District 4-4A, 18.5 points a game, 13.5 rebounds
That's
a game.
unbelievable. Average a double.
And I look, I'm his coach.
He's 6'4", guys.
Yeah, 6'4", can shoot the three. I mean, how many times do we run the 1-4 low with the little ISO to pick and pop and throw it to him? He's gonna knock it down.
It was a go-to.
It was a go-to play late. Yeah, it's because of him. He could stretch him out, and then he could drive by him too. And gotta get him to work on that one dribble pull up off the glass.
I remember after one game, I forget who we beat, but it might have been STM, and he was puking.
Yeah.
In the trash can in the locker room because he played so hard.
Diving on the floor, blocking out. Love Quincy LeDay. I hated to leave Quincy, man.
Yeah.
And a couple other kids. Right. Tony Zachary was a floor general and played so hard. And all those kids, man. They know what it is. We left them in a good spot. I hate to go, but something we had to do.
It's a big opportunity.
Yeah, big opportunity. They understood that. They some young men, and
I saw the support on Facebook.
Yeah.
You tell what you did over there.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the biggest Opelousas fans could have said, "Oh, you just gonna leave us," and they didn't. They said, "Man, thank you for what you did," because
says something about you, man.
Yeah, and that's how we do why we do coaching. We have to. It ain't for the money. We don't make the most money in the world being a coach and a teacher, but I love coaching. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I want to give a little shout out to one of my former players.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, Corey Davis.
Wait, who?
Corey Davis.
Who? At Corey the Great?
At Corey the Great.
Man, shout out.
Did you see his new modeling pictures?
I heard. I mean, I didn't see him, but the dude got talent, man. Good looking kid, man. Like they say, man. Good looking kid, man. Has the part, man. Plays the part, and
great family, great kid, man.
Great family, great kid. I wanted to get we have to get him on the show soon, but I wanted to ask him and break it down, like who was some of his favorite guys to play against in Lafayette and go against, and some of his memories, from his high school team and stuff. So what's the news? So we got some news. Obviously, people kind of know already, but you're giving him love.
Yeah, University of Houston. He signed with the University of Houston.
Free school, 2 more years, man. Congrats, Corey Davis signed with the University of Houston Cougars right there in Houston. Played at San Jack right there, and they were smart.
I would be shocked if I'm going for the gusto right here.
Let's go.
Going for the gusto.
You can put that pressure on Corey. Can he handle it?
Should I do it?
I think so. He's a gamer. Corey Davis is a gamer.
Corey has the chance to be newcomer of the year next year in the American.
Oh, he could easily. The kid's got game. You got to guard him. He can shoot. Then his shot fake game is good. He can drive by you. He can dish. He's athletic. 2 years ago, we go to Lafayette High. I'm at Opelousas. First year at Opelousas, I'm assistant coach. We go to Lafayette High. We start playing. They got a squad. I mean, they just start punishing us.
Yeah.
He snatches a rebound in the second half. Dribbling down court, and the last thing I thought was about to happen was he just was gonna go to the right inside the free throw line and jump up and dunk. Like I knew he was athletic. I seen him jumping on his jump shots and stuff, but I didn't follow y'all that year in AAU. I didn't see y'all play much games. I did see a lot of highlights, but I never saw him jump up and dunk one. And he took off and dunked it one hand, and I was like, I sure hope we get him. My first thing was, man, I sure hope he stays in Lafayette. I want him to be a raging Cajun so bad. I'm like, this kid is the next, because the good players are coming going out of Lafayette, but when the next good one is, the really good one, like high D1, and Corey Davis over the last, 5 or 6 years, he's been, he's been that guy.
Started as a freshman at Lafayette High.
Yeah, started as a freshman.
And the one thing I'll say about Corey is he can score, but I've never coached a player that could make everybody around him better. So at Lafayette High, he might have had to do more things.
Yeah.
When he played with me at Southern Elite and had, D1 players around him, man, he elevated everybody's game. And then when crunch time came, he can knock that shot down for you.
Yeah.
So big shout out to Corey, man. We're excited.
How did it all work out, man? Big shout out Corey Davis. Big shout out Kelvin Sampson. Mm-hmm. After I talked Kelvin Sampson, I was thinking to myself, because I knew they were in the hunt to get Corey. I'm thinking to myself, man, if I was Corey, I'm going to play for that guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to play. I mean, you just have to listen to him talking, like, his experiences. Like, why wouldn't you want to go around that fatherly figure that, he's been around the block. He's going to guide you. Well connected. and and at the least you get a modeling career and you know how to play golf.
Yeah.
So you're gonna look good at the golf course because you done played with Kelvin Sampson.
You feel good, you play good.
If I was Corey, I'd say, Coach, man, coach, point guard and coach got to be tight.
Yeah.
Every time you go play golf, I want to play golf. And become good at golf. He's an athlete.
Yeah.
He's going to be good at golf.
Yeah.
Shout out Kelvin Sampson. Shout out Quantas White. Shout out Hollis Price. Shout out Corey Davis.
The whole university.
And we always talk
family,
about
man.
it. We don't always talk about this, but shout out, and I want you to shout out Corey Davis's mom.
Yes. Shout out to Vaughn. Man, she's awesome. She's been big, this whole time in the process, and got a lot of love for her. I was actually with her today. We were laughing and joking in her driveway. I'm training her son, Jalen. Watch out for Jalen. Jalen's gonna be a big
Jalen Downcourt.
Yeah.
Hell of a player.
Yep.
Corey Davis' little brother, Jalen. If you don't know college coaches, look at this kid up, man. He's got the pedigree. He's got the bloodline. He's gonna be a hell of a player. But definitely good shout out to Corey Davis' mom because she's there for that kid. They've been a good basketball family. Love and support is a big thing, man. And no doubt. They always shouting out Southern Lee fam.
Yeah.
They
the
love
time,
y'all
man.
for that, man. Those years y'all had that, and those 10 to 12 kids that y'all touched them 3, 4, 5 years that y'all did that. Dude, that was amazing.
Yeah, and when you do this, you can't touch them all, or you can't get close to them all. But the ones you do, man, you stick with them through all the times, the rough times, the good times, and you're always there for them. And I think that's why it's special. Lacey was watching the little video yesterday. She posted and she stared tearing up.
Oh yeah.
Because
the little time frame video, that was cool. That was a cool deal,
And I got to shout out Vaughn. She told me today she's all about that bling. I'm getting those custom shirts.
Oh, you already know. She's coming H-Town finest. Corey the Great.
H-Town's ready for her.
Oh, no doubt.
But we love
no
you,
doubt.
Vaughn, and shout out to you, and we're excited for your son. Since I gave out my going for the gusto, you have one this week?
Going for the gusto, man. That was a good one with Corey Davis going, newcomer of the year. Putting a little pressure on him, but he's going to probably take that as motivation. Speaking of motivation, Ross Mouton, Brandon Mouton. I wonder how many weeks we can go back. I do have a good memory that players that we might talk to or interview or talked about how much motivation really meant to them.
Everything.
And I could probably name back Corey Davis, Ross Mouton, Brandon Mouton. The game you play in the car when you have to go through the alphabet or whatever it is? I was always good at that game. Where my memory was good. Acadiana Prep. How many tests we used to memorize at the prep? We ain't studied that night before. We studied 5 minutes before the thing. It'll probably be this on the test. Okay, memorize that. Shout out all my teachers at Acadiana Prep, man, and St. Thomas More, man. I appreciate y'all working with me over the years. Huh, Lil B?
Yeah,
So what it is?
Drop them wings. Man, episode 6.
I forgot to say, I've messed up on episode 5. Because going for the gusto is like what we think is going to happen next.
Yeah.
And I listened back to it and I was laughing at myself. I picked something that happened in the past. I was like, God, what's the point of this?
He won that one.
Hey, and we're not live. We like to think we live. We are going to be live one day. I'm telling you. It's going to be live on Facebook. It's going to be a live thing. We're going to be in a live studio.
Me and Brad were joking before this. You were like, I made that post like of the picture, and you were saying, Brad, it's not live. And then we were talking earlier, and you're like, you said, like 3 or 4 times since that post.
My brother caught that. He says, Kyle knows we're not live. Huh? I said, yeah, he knows. We just recording it live. You know how they say we're recording it live. So my going for the gusto for episode 6, man, I might have to think about this for a second. Like, oh no, I'm going for the gusto. I'm going with my guy. I'm going with LeBron James.
What's he gonna do?
I mean, he's gonna win it all again.
Okay.
They gonna win.
I support that going for the gusto.
And listen, people that know me close, I'm not a super gambling guy, but I like to take some bets. I'll bet $100 here or there.
Right.
And they know what it is. Inbox me, Facebook, and we'll get it rolling. You already know that you can. I'll take LeBron in the cash. You take everybody else. I need a little odd though. I need a little 3-1 or something.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen. So that's gonna be my going for the gusto, which should, technically could or couldn't be, I guess, going for the gusto.
No, that's because all the doubters.
All the doubters, no doubt.
Every year he has
gone for 7 in a row finals.
Right. You don't hear too much news about LeBron with being the greatest or being this. You just hear, oh, their team's doing bad or this or that, you know, and it's just like, yeah, it is a big going for the Gusto because every year they say, no, he's not going to win.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Drop them wings.
Drop them wings.
Man, hold up.
Man, hold up, Lil B.
You know how we do.
You know how we do. That Big Mike. Man, I can't wait to get Big Mike's soundbite on this thing, man. One day we'll get Big Mike's soundbite on that.
I'm gonna see my man hold up is I'm gonna see if I can get this video. I saw this video. I forgot it was on Instagram, and I'm gonna see if we can post it to the Facebook page so everybody can see it, or maybe our YouTube page, or see how share the link. But this he might have been a college player, teenage player, throws an alley-oop to himself.
Yeah.
And when he jumps up, he catches it by his head in full stride and does a windmill.
Oh yeah, he cocked it back behind his head
before he did the windmill,
and then did the windmill. Yeah, I shared that video on Facebook.
Hold up. That's the first thing I said.
I ain't never seen nobody try nothing like that.
Speed?
Yeah, and I'm sure some people can do it. I'm sure some people are gonna go out there and do it. But the way he did it, he cocked it back first,
the speed and
then windmilled it, and that kid looked like 6'2", maybe.
Dude,
you know,
we gotta get that video. And shit.
Yeah, who is that kid?
I don't know. I forgot to look at it. We gotta look at the.
Yeah, that is an excellent man hold up. Hey, one time, now this is a story man hold up. It's nothing that somebody done seen on the news or whatever. But when we were 2002, Midnight Madness at UL. We're doing 3-point contests. We're doing dunk contests. Well, we had played pickup ball with this guy we called Hops. And Hops happened to be in the stands that night at Midnight Madness. So they had, one of the segments was fan slam dunk contest.
That's cool. Yeah.
And they brought out like 6 dudes that could dunk. Well, they brought Hops out. Well, all the other guys went try to dunk Hops. And Hops was in some Air Force One lows.
Yeah.
Like some cargo shorts, like some khaki cargo shorts and a t-shirt,
Not ready to hoop.
Not ready to hoop, just out there like that. Well, he grabs Michael Southall. Well, his first dunk, he goes up, just walks to the goal, jumps up, he does the Vince Carter where he sticks his arm into the rim. Like everybody was like, oh my God, like he just did that so easy. So comes back to him, he pulls out Southall. Southall's 6'10", 6'11". He puts him on the block, like on not right by the goal, on the block, and tells Mike to do the Statue of Liberty with the basketball. And he gets by the out of bounds line, and he runs at Southall, and he jumps over Southall, grabs the ball, and just slams it with one hand. Jumped over 6'11". And this guy was 6'2". In some Air Force, didn't stretch nothing. That's why we called him Hops.
Unbelievable.
That's why we called him Hops. We played pickup ball with him at Bourgeois Hall, and he could literally, they had a no dunking sign at Bourgeois Hall that's above the little white square that's right above the rim. And he can like one step and and touch it. That easy. Now ask him to dribble or like shoot wide open 3-pointers or something. No, he wasn't that complete player, but he could jump though. He could jump.
We'd all had it on video.
Oh yeah,
got their iPhone back
instantly. We didn't have it on. Yeah. We had it on video. I had Lil B. Listen. Honest to God, truth. I had Lil B's little video camera, little camcorder that we had back then.
Right.
And I had it on film, and as he goes to jump over him, I jump with him because I'm so excited, and I catch the bottom of his legs. So, Lil B, you probably have that on one of those films you have at your house where you saved all the films from.
I still got them.
Yeah. But I jumped with him. I remember looking back at it, and
some of that old footage, man.
I always had Lil B's camcorder because we go to union dances at the thing, and I bring the camcorder, and everybody would always get crumped. We were watching that like years ago, from 15 years ago. Watching, that was. It always comes back to that. It always comes like full circle.
Right.
Like we're late. We got Lil B here with us today, and.
You got me, little 5'4" dude with all the Big Mike.
Big Mike, Cedric Williams.
B-Ham,
All right with Lil B, 6'8", 6'10", Lil B, 5'4". B, where we going? We going with you, Lil B? Man, I remember, and
then at the time, I had wrecked one of my vehicles, so I'm in a 2-door Honda Civic.
I'll never forget that, yeah. They was in the back seat.
We pull up places. I get out the driver's seat, and you see 3, maybe 4,
Yeah.
6'6" to 6'10", we were getting out the
Honda
little
Civics.
Civic.
They made them Honda
That was
Civics
funny.
comfortable though, man. We fit all comfortably in there
I
too.
was in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
That was like Shaq. Remember when Shaq had that commercial? And
Oh,
he
yeah,
promoted some
that
smart
smart
car, but then he got in it.
Oh yeah, fits him perfect. Man, hold up. My man, hold up is Sergio Garcia at the Masters.
Oh man, yeah.
So many times, and then he wins his first major. And what major does he win? The Masters. That's my man. Hold up. That's
he
a
had
big
to come
accomplishment.
back, didn't
Yeah, he.
I was talking to my
Yeah,
dad,
neck and neck,
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
and forth.
and he's like the one that's always choking.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. So say, second so many
Right.
times, and sometimes people say that, but it might have been the other guy that just played better that day. Not necessarily you played bad; he just played a little bit better than you.
Right.
You can't necessarily choke on those.
Right.
You still play good, but somebody plays a little better. It's golf. You ain't hitting the golf ball at each other back and forth. You just playing the course, playing the club.
You could tell he was fired up.
Yeah, shout out Sergio Garcia, man. Congrats on that, man. So listen, man, that's gonna bring episode 6 to a wrap. We do have to give I want to give a little rundown of what I got going on.
Okay.
Saturday, April 15th, at Opelousas High School, we having the Brad Boy Showcase 5th annual. We have about 30 kids signed up to play. Try to come out, check that out. 10 a.m. start. Probably have about 6 games within about 3 or 4 hours. And first 2 weeks of June, Brad Boy Shoot the Rock basketball camp, June 6th through the 9th at the Robichaux Center, 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock in the morning time. And in June 12th through the 15th at the Youngsville Sports Complex in Youngsville. Brand new facility, 2-court facility, really nice camp, man. Something that you want to send your kids to, and they can come and learn and
I know
compete.
Lil Schaefer's gonna be there.
Oh yeah, we could get Lil Schaefer in there. We could get Lil B. No, Lil B, you too old. You too old now. Lil B too old now to bring the kid. But you know what
B's gonna
though?
win all the Mike and layups,
Hey.
and all the hot shots.
But
Walk out with all the
Lil B the
awards.
DJ,
Yeah.
Lil B the t-shirt maker too.
Yes.
Shout out Tikey Tees. Makes all my
I think we're
t-shirts
gonna,
and
we're gonna have a shirt for him, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have his own little line.
Yeah,
Lil B the
yeah,
DJ.
Yeah, love it.
Shout out. Yeah, definitely check out BradBoyBasketball.com, KadianaStars.com, and see you next episode. Go Sharks!
Hey guys, thanks for listening. Hey, remember to go to our iTunes and review it, 5 stars, leave comments. We're gonna start posting questions on the Facebook page.
Brad Boy Podcast, hosted by Kyle Carrigee on Facebook. At this time, we want to thank our sponsors, the Brad Boy Podcast, hosted by Kyle Carrigee. We want to thank Knight Construction, and we want to thank Lafayette Winair, a Tim Star service company and provider.